So I've seen a couple of videos where people talk about wanting to document building their dream life. So let's give this a go. This is day one. My name is Charli. If you're new here, I'm a clarity coach and a meditation teacher. And what that means is I help people figure out their ish. I help them go get what they want. And so I figured, let me show you how I've been doing that in my life. One of the reasons that I'm able to do that is because when I was a kid, I developed this theory about luck, and it's been true ever since. Luck always comes back. It's like a seesaw. So if you've had a lot of bad luck, like right now, I'm in the middle of a shitstorm in my life, then it will balance out. I promise, because it always does. And the main reason it always does is because I believe that it always does. And I can talk more about that in another video. I grew up in a violent household. I was abused sexually, mentally, and emotionally, and physically my entire life for the first 30 plus years. And I've only been free for about 4 years. Over that time, I was kicked out as a literal child. I was 13 years old when I was kicked out. I was homeless. I had to live on the street. I ended up being sex trafficked. And then I went on to college where I thought that things were going to get better. And in some ways they did, but I was assaulted while I was there. I told my friends, not very good friends, because they didn't believe me. And after a lifetime of people not believing me up until that point, I attempted to unalive myself. It was not the first or the last time. I ended up in a psych ward, number 6 out of 7 psychiatric stays. And in that one, I learned how to meditate. I got into a violent relationship coming out of the psych ward with someone I met there because that was brilliant. And that person ended up becoming a violent person who lied to me about his identity, including having a wife and many children, and then also having multiple warrants out for his arrest because after he was violent, I broke up with him and he broke into my house and stole all of my electronics. A few months later, I ended up in another violent relationship, which I was in for almost 10 years, almost died multiple times, and tried to leave 5 times. The 5th time, I was successful. That was 4 years ago. There are definitely things that I'm still learning and I'm still growing, and I think that's just like a lifetime experiment. But if I can go through all of that, if I can get to a point in my life, to an age where I did not even think I would be alive today, I don't take that for granted. And I know that that's because through it all, through the worst times of my life, I always believed that luck would balance back out. Now, when I was younger, I definitely didn't believe that I deserved luck to balance out. I thought that I was inherently bad. But I've learned that's not true. I've learned that just like you, I am deeply deserving of the love and attention that I give everyone else. Just like you, I was deserving of friends who cared when I was assaulted, who believed me when I told them. I was deserving of people who stuck around and helped me to get through the worst of life, not people who bailed. And so do you. And so luck will balance out, and I could talk more about that, but this video is long enough. So if you're going to join me on this journey where I tell you probably way too much on the internet, but I'm going to show you how I'm building my life and how I'm building my dreams and how I went from almost not being here too many times to thriving. My dream is to build a life skills university and help eradicate hunger and homelessness in my lifetime. So I should be able to do that in like a Tuesday, right?